with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today in HD.
It's pretty now, but I'm ready for it to be over with. I'm ready for summertime.
All right, it won't feel like summer this week, but it's going to get a lot warmer after a bone-chilling weekend. David Carnes has the latest on our forecast, and we'll also check in live with Tim Pham about some slick spots out there. 6 o'clock. Good morning, Tennessee Valley. So glad you're tuned in to Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today. I'm Latrice Curry.
And I'm John Martin. Today is Monday, January 9th, 2017. We'll check in with David Carnes for a look at the forecast in just a minute. But first, Golden Globes were last night, and if you didn't stay up, well, at least one of us did. We're going to have the wrap up here in just a little bit. And old Jimmy Fallon there, he came out swinging in his cold open with the dance and sing and all this.
Kind
and
of
he goes out to do his opening monologue, and the teleprompter died. And he was just like, what do I do? What do I mean, I can do imitations, I can. But yeah.
What do I do next?
And he actually did an amazing Chris Rock imitation.
That was, I'm not even.
It was pretty funny. It was
really
Jimmy Fallon is talented, though.
Yeah.
So
Looking into some much warmer
cold
weather.
out there still this morning.
Yeah, cool this morning, but even compared to yesterday morning, it's not as cold, but still in the teens and 20s. It was in the low to mid teens yesterday. This morning it's in the low to mid 20s, so 25 Chattanooga. Monday for your day planner, we'll look at 35 by noon and 41 by 3 p.m. That is a full 10 degrees above where we were yesterday, so we're going in the right direction, and we will continue doing so for the next several days, getting up to 50 tomorrow, and then we'll climb into the 60s by Wednesday, stay in the 60s right through the weekend. Good stuff, maybe a few showers here and there as well.
All right. Thanks so much, David. All right, well, we have some good news and some bad news if you were hoping for another snow day.
All right, are you ready, kids? There are some closings and delays this morning due to those road conditions. Here we go. Hamilton County is open and on regular schedule. Bradley County is closed. Whitfield County in North Georgia also closed. Cleveland City Schools along with Cleveland State are on a 2-hour delay. Grundy County is also on a 2-hour delay.
Well, in North Georgia, several 2-hour delays, including Catoosa, Dade, and Welker counties. Dalton Public Schools are on a 2-hour delay. Teachers and staff should report at a regular time. If you're in Murray County, those schools are closed. We have all the closings and delays at the bottom of your screen and on our website and inside the WRCB app.
Of course, the snow was pretty, as you can see behind us in the Sky 3 view of East Brainerd area, but it was a busy weekend for Whitfield County emergency crews as they worked several crashes caused by the snow and the ice.
Yeah, and it's not quite over just yet. Several major roads and side streets are still slick this morning. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pham is tracking the very latest conditions. He joins us live now. With Tim, tell us what you are seeing and exactly where you are this morning.
Well, good morning to you guys. We're at intersection that was a big trouble spot for drivers in Whitfield County over the weekend. There was an 8-car pileup near this location, and this morning you can still see that most of the ice is clear, but there are still some patches of ice and black ice on the roadways, and it's why GDOT officials are warning drivers about the potential for some dangerous conditions across North Georgia. Crews are monitoring the roads right now, but if you can safely report icy conditions, they ask that you call 511. Over the weekend, Whitfield County emergency crews responded to several crashes caused by snow and ice. Police say some drivers even had to abandon their cars and walk home. And at one point, 8 cars slid into one another near Carbondale Road and West Nance Spring Road. Thankfully, all were minor crashes and no one was hurt.
We were literally the only ones on 75. I mean, I'd never seen it, especially going through Atlanta. It's usually a zoo, and with all those lanes, we had every lane to ourselves, but I was still like only going like 40 miles an hour.
And while major roads are mostly clear, there are still some patches of ice on and snow on some secondary roads. Deputies just asking everyone to take it easy this morning. As we were driving down I-75 this morning, we saw several signs just reminding drivers for that potential of snow and ice on the interstate as well. Again, those bridges and overpasses are where things can tend over to freeze over a little more quickly, and we're not quite above freezing in some areas across North Georgia this morning. So as you head out the door, just give yourself some extra time. Reporting live in North Georgia, Tim Pham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Tim Pham, thank you very much for that live update. Of course, I'm kind of jealous of that guy driving through Atlanta
I
by
know,
himself.
it's like, hey, it's Atlanta.
It's
no
a
one's
free
on the
for all,
road.
but you can only do 40 miles an hour. Wow,
That's
wow.
why there are no cars on the road here.
Well, hey, in Bradley County, roads became unsafe after about an inch or so of snow late Friday.
Well, officials say there was a total of 40 crashes from 1 a.m. Saturday to noon on Sunday.
This curve up here is real slick. They have a lot of wrecks on it and everything. So it's a pretty dangerous road.
Well, the Sunday sun helped melt away most of the ice, but slick patches are still on secondary roads. It's why deputies are urging everyone to still be very cautious and slow down when driving.
In North Carolina, Governor Roy Cooper confirmed there has been at least one death as a result of this weekend's winter storms. Governor Cooper says one person was killed and 2 others were seriously injured when a car slid off the road just south of Greensboro. Several thousand people are still without power. A number of schools will be closed on Monday, including Cherokee County, as the potential for black ice will make road conditions dangerous.
So not quite out of the woods totally, just as Tim Pham was showing us there. You could still see some huge patches of black ice on some of those roads out there.
Yeah, and it can be deceptively, I mean, people go around and 90% of the roads are looking great. Then you'll hit one of those little patchy areas, especially where stuff melts and then runs across the roadway and refreezes. It could be an issue for you. Heading out this morning, not quite as cold, but it is below freezing everywhere. You look 25 in Chattanooga, and yeah, that's just about the warm spot. It is 28 in Fort Payne, though, 23 in Dalton, and 19 in Athens. Now, yesterday at this time, we were in the low to mid-teens, so we're at least not as cold thanks to southerly winds that will warm us up even more this afternoon with sunshine on Vipercast and a high of 42. That's about 10, 11 degrees above where we were yesterday afternoon. So we're going in the right direction. We'll keep that warming trend going. A high of 50, which is the average for this time of the year on Tuesday, and then we keep on going. 61 on Wednesday. Might see a couple of mid and late week sprinkles here and there, rain sprinkles, but nothing really to write home about. The big deal is going to be the warmer weather headed our way. We'll have more coming up in just a few moments. Right now, here's a look at your up-to-date traffic. John.
David, thank you very much. Not a lot going on the TDOT Smartway network there. That's a live picture 24 at South Moore Road. Volume continuing to build just a little bit just after 6 a.m. on this Monday morning. We do want to remind you again where Tim Pham is in North Georgia. GDOT warning you about the black ice. So if you can pull over safely to report it, call 511. And an early morning crash caused a bit of a mess on I-24. It happened around 2 a.m. Officials say a suspect ran from a Hamilton County deputy. The deputy did pursue the suspect. It ended when the suspect crashed on I-24 eastbound near the Ridge Cut. Now that suspect is in custody. All lanes are now clear.
All right, now to the big entertainment story of the morning. The Golden Globes held last night, honoring the year's best work in television and film. New and familiar faces were showcased in a musical number to open the show, a nod to Globe nominee La La Land that did very well. That film grabbed some early wins. Best Original Screenplay, Song, and Score, as well as Best Actor for Ryan Gosling. Best Supporting Acting honors went to Viola Davis for Fences. And on the TV side, The People vs. O.J. Simpson won for Best Limited Series, while Donald Glover's Atlanta took Best Comedy in its debut season. Well, turning now to some local celebrities.
With 2 new eggs spotted in the nest, the bald eagle family at Berry College could soon grow. We should have a, live stream from the Berry College Eagle Cam. Now, the first egg was laid last Tuesday, and the second came out on Saturday. The mom eagle kept the eggs warm despite the area getting a light layer of snow. The live eagle cams at the college have become a worldwide draw in recent years as they give online viewers a chance to monitor the nest up close without disturbing the birds. So what needs to happen for the next 45 days, 37 to 45 days. They have to keep those eggs at 105 degrees.
Warm.
So, and then they have to rotate them and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully with the warm weather this weekend, they can kind of get a break because they're just down there.
She was like over those,
yeah.
yes, protecting those eggs.
We'll keep an eye on that. 6:09 coming up on Eyewitness News today. Colonial Pipeline is back in the news.
Yeah, we've told you about the 2 explosions down in Alabama, but now there's a leak in Chattanooga. We'll have the details in just a bit.
Throughout the weekend, crews worked to contain a gas spill off Suck Creek Road near the boat ramp. Officials with Colonial Pipeline say one of the pipes had a small leak that spilled gasoline into Shoal Creek, and that creek, of course, flows into the Tennessee River. Chattanooga firefighters placed booms in the water to absorb the gas.
The booms are just absorbent material that picks up gasoline, diesel fuel, any type of petroleum material. We put those down to try to absorb any gasoline that's in the creek that may leak out of the pipe to try to keep it from getting into the river.
Is now shut off. Officials say there is no threat to the public or the environment from this spill. Colonial Pipeline is responsible for any cleanup that is required.
Well, as many of us look to get fit in 2017, the financial website Wallet Hub reveals the most and least active cities in the U.S. Thanks to the high number of fitness instructors and park playgrounds, Madison, Wisconsin, considered to be the best city for an active lifestyle. Interesting there. Boise, Idaho ranks second. Scottsdale, Arizona, which boasts many public golf courses, is third. Atlanta makes the list at number 8. The 3 worst cities for an active lifestyle: Memphis, Laredo, Texas, and North Las Vegas. Wow. All right. 6:15, let's check your local sports headlines. Here's Jill Jelnick.
If I was going to pick who the 2 best teams are, I would say the 2 best teams are here. And that's the way it should be. That's the way a playoff should be.
The 2 best teams on college football's biggest stage. Later tonight, Alabama and Clemson will go head-to-head in the final game of the season, the College Football National Championship. The 2 teams made it to the title game last year, and even though most people believe the sequel is never as good as the original, this might be the exception. Last year's championship turned out to be a fourth-quarter thriller where the Tide executed a beautiful surprise onside kick that set up the touchdown that put Alabama up for good. Despite the 5-point loss, Clemson played a great game against Alabama's defense, with quarterback Deshaun Watson putting up almost 500 total yards and 4 touchdowns. The Heisman Trophy candidate returns this year as one of the best players in the country, and on top of that, Clemson's defense is giving up fewer yards and fewer points. As Coach Saban said, should be their greatest match. Again, 8 p.m. kickoff tonight in Tampa. The game will air on ESPN. Well, the Lady Vols' 6-game winning streak was on the line yesterday as they hosted the top dog in the SEC, 4th-ranked Mississippi State. The Lady Vols led for most of the first half. Diamond DeShields led all scores with 25 points on the night, while her partner in crime, Mercedes Russell, recorded her 10th double-double this season. Mississippi State, however, finished the second quarter on a 13-2 run to take a 7-point lead at half. And while Tennessee battled back throughout the second half to cut the deficit down to 1, MSU outscored Tennessee the rest of the way. Bulldogs defeat the Lady Vols for the first time ever in Thompson-Boling Arena, 74-64 that final. Afterwards, head coach Holly Warlick was pleased with the team's energy throughout the game, but not the finish. The Lady Vols will next host South Carolina this Wednesday. All right, that's it for sports. I'm Jill Jelnick. I hope you have a magical Monday.
Magical. Wow. All right.
Okay,
Thanks.
we'll try to do that, Jill. Coming up on Eyewitness News today, David will be here with a look at your forecast.
Plus, we'll let you know if there are any problems on your morning commute with a quad box out right now at 6:17 on your Monday morning.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic sponsored by CHI Memorial's Mary Ellen Locher Breast Center. We offer a full spectrum of clinical and support services. For an exam, call 423-495-4040.
Hey, good Monday morning, everyone. It is 6:20. Let's take a live look outside at your morning commute. 24 at the Welcome Center. Everything moving along swimmingly. We do have a report of a disabled vehicle. Udawalt-Ringgold Road, so be careful as you're getting out there in that general direction. Also, a reminder, North Georgia, you're dealing with black ice. We're going to have an update from Tim Pham in about 10 minutes or so about what GDOT is doing to try to keep you safe this morning. But if you encounter any black ice this morning, and you can safely call 511 to report it, GDOT is asking for that. David Carnes, we're going to have a wild warm-up week, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Let me tell you real quick about my weekend, though. Check this out. So this is Friday. We were talking about how the further east you go, the heavier the snow is going to be. So what did my wife and I do? Well, we got in the car and we went east and drove through some heavy snow over to Beach Mountain, North Carolina. And these are some friends of ours playing in the 8 inches of snow. Really cold. It was 5 degrees outside. 5 degrees. We're like, you know what? These Cokes and soft drinks that we have, let's set them out on the porch. That'll be a great idea. That'll be a wonderful idea. And I don't know if you know. But yeah, kind of the entire box just exploded. It was actually pretty cool and interesting. So there's that then. Okay, so hopefully you were able to enjoy maybe some of the cool weather and just kind of stay indoors and spend some family time there. I want to start real quick with the drought monitor just because it's changed and we do have improved drought conditions around the Tennessee Valley, but we still have drought conditions. The exceptional drought status, which encompassed the entire area, is now gone, but still severe to extreme drought conditions remain. No real help. Let's get a few light showers on and off this week, but nothing really major. A cold start this morning, warming throughout the week. Rain showers, possibly a few light ones, but again, nothing really to write home about in terms of that. 25 degrees currently in Chattanooga. Looking at the heavy stuff off to the west, my goodness, we're talking about the drought conditions across much of the western United States. Now we're talking about the wet conditions, flooding rains. As a matter of fact, I just checked it out on Twitter where apparently, and I believe it's CNN reporting, that the big sequoia tree with the hole cut out so cars can drive through it, the rain has been so heavy that toppled over apparently. So heavy rain and flooding conditions and stormy weather across much of the western U.S. and a lot of mountain snow also. In the 20s around the Tennessee Valley, we're looking at our satellite and radar showing a few clouds overnight, clearing out through the day though, with southerly winds getting us into the low 40s today, 10 degrees warmer than it was yesterday. Tuesday will get even 10 degrees warmer with a high of 50 and clouds building. And on Wednesday, a few spotty showers for the first half of the day maybe, but again, this is all very light stuff and nothing really to write home about. Most of the rain is going to stay to our west along this boundary, and we're not going to have much in the way of rain, though a few spotty showers each day of the week starting Wednesday and going through the weekend are possible. Sunny today though, not as cold, but still you'll need the jacket. 42 for the high, clear starry skies tonight, 29 for the low, and our storm alert 7-day forecast showing us climbing into the low to mid 60s by the middle and end of the week. The best chance of rain is Wednesday. Again, we're talking about light scattered showers and maybe another spotty shower popping up here and there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But the big deal is going to be that warmer air moving in, and we are going to be very grateful for it after this past weekend.
Yes.
Okay. Than't so much, David.
You got it.
Well, it is the time of year for Sandhill Cranes to migrate from the upper Midwest to sunny Florida, and right here in Tennessee is their favorite rest stop.
Yeah, the Audubon Society describes the annual migration as among the greatest wildlife spectacles on the continent. We headed out to the Hiwassee Wildlife Refuge to check it out. Sitting at the confluence of the Hiwassee and Tennessee rivers, a 6,000-acre piece of protected land has been set aside for watchable wildlife.
Right now, you got real good bird viewing opportunities. We got a lot of eagles, cranes, waterfowl, and just, I mean, every now and then there'll be something, pelicans, and something crazy that comes in.
January is Sandhill Crane time. Sandhill cranes are very large birds, about 4 feet in height with a long neck, long legs, and very broad wings. And whether stepping singly across a wet meadow or filling the sky by the hundreds of thousands, Sandhill cranes have a sort of gangly grace that draws attention.
These birds, many of them migrate back here year after year after year, and many of them will overwinter here, and some of them will carry on further south as colder weather moves into Tennessee.
These birds breed and forage in open prairies, grasslands, and wetlands, which is why the Hiwassee Refuge is a perfect stopover for their migration from the Great Lakes to Florida.
They're a spectacular bird. They're roosting on the waters at night, and then they're going to the fields during the day to eat.
Sandhill cranes form extremely large flocks, even into the tens of thousands, on their wintering grounds and during migration. And this migration is a sight the Audubon Society describes as among the greatest wildlife spectacles on the continent. And you can enjoy it right here in the Tennessee Valley.
It's just a neat place to see this many birds that migrate from way up north to congregate in one place where people can come and watch them.
And you can go check it out. Again, that video looks like it was shot in 1986, but I didn't change something right on the camera. The 27th annual Tennessee Sandhill Crane Festival is this upcoming weekend at the Hiwassee Refuge in Birchwood Community Center. Again, that's this Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Should be a nice weekend.
Uh-huh.
All right. Time now to take a look at our salutes. Up first, congratulations and happy birthday to our Bojangles winner, Sharon Newton.
Yeah, Sharon is from Dalton, Georgia. This wish comes with a lot of love from your husband, Jimmy. We hope you have a great day. And of course, you can always stop by the station to pick up your prize. Happy birthday.